AskRebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week. Before we get started, quick shout out to my dad and all the other dads out there for this Sunday. Happy Father's Day. I hope you all have a fantastic Father's Day doing what you love and getting to spend time with your kids, or maybe not. In honor of Father's Day, I'm offering a 20% discount on all my services through the end of the month. You can book an appointment with me by calling or texting 407-374-3133 or emailing AskRebecca today at Gmail. So this week's predictions will run from tonight through next Thursday, the 22nd. I'll be sharing what you may experience as an overall theme for the week, and then specific areas in love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. Now, these are general predictions for everyone, so not everything will apply strictly to you. Now, if you're interested in receiving personal monthly and or weekly video predictions emailed directly to your inbox, I am offering the monthly predictions for $31, or you can choose to receive both the monthly and weekly for $22 a week. And all you have to do is send me an email to AskRebeccaToday@Gmail. Let me know your full name, your date of birth, and which offer you'd like. Then I'll get you set up to receive those immediately. All right, so here is what you can expect to deal with this week. So there's two general themes that are happening. One of the themes this week will have to do with blockages and feeling stuck. The other theme is about people trying too hard, pushing too fast, and in general kind of stepping on the toes of others around them, or you may be getting your toes stepped on. You'll either fall into a combination of both of these categories or one of them. Some of you will be realizing why you're stuck and how you've been blocking yourself. So there's been a little bit of self-sabotaging behavior, and I think, to me, it feels like some of you will kind of become aware of that. And others of you will actually find yourselves being blocked or stuck in some situation or some way, just feeling stuck and no forward motion and a blocking sensation. And this could show up either literally, where maybe you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you're blocked by traffic and you can't go anywhere for an hour, or it's you blocking yourself from moving forward in something in life, or maybe you're stuck somehow. So maybe you get stuck in the mud, or you get, any sort of thing was stuck. So just kind of be prepared for that. I do feel there will be those of you who will be experiencing giving and or receiving constructive criticism sometimes this week. Sometimes I feel like you'll be on the receiving end, where all of a sudden you'll find yourself somebody being overly critical of you, and it's meant to be constructive criticism, but it's coming across really harshly, and it triggers some of you. Now, the other way around is you'll also be dishing it. So catch yourself when you're in the phase of, overly criticizing someone or judging them, or, thinking you know better. Just be careful not to step on anybody's toes. I kind of feel like it will be a theme that you recognize. So it may start off with someone criticizing you, then you turn around and criticize someone, or vice versa. So good luck with that. That's never a fun spot to be in. So just try to take everything with a grain of salt and, not get too crazy about it. All of you will be experiencing a lot of mental and physical energy this week. So make sure you're using it wisely. A lot of times when we're stuck in mental energy, it can cause us to get stuck into a loop of overanalyzing and overthinking. And with the energies this week, that's very likely to happen. Try to give yourself a moment to take a couple of deep breaths to stop that cycle of thought. And sometimes, those thoughts could be negative. So the negative Nancy might show up. So again, just try to use your mental and physical energy wisely. Now, for those of you that have jobs and you're working and you're employed. I feel some of you may be dealing with some sort of work conflict this week. Maybe you get into a disagreement with a coworker or a boss, or something else comes up where it's just a conflict. I feel like it's not going to be a huge conflict, not super dramatic, but there might be some issues that creep up. Stay grounded. Don't become emotionally reactive. That's never a good thing. Try to stay grounded in what you're feeling. And I would advise against, getting into some sort of verbal altercation or anything like that. So kind of just, again, relax. The rest of you, I kind of feel like work is going to be going the same. Nothing, too exciting, nothing too boring. It's just kind of what it is. And you're just going to roll through the week and no biggie. Those of you that are looking for work. Now, I feel like some of you guys will actually be interviewing this upcoming week, and some of the advice that was coming through was for you to make sure that during the interview process, you're remaining humble. Show some humility, because whoever you're interviewing with will like that, and it potentially will help you land the job. So, and when I mean humility and humble, I don't mean you're in there, smack talking yourself or putting yourself down in any way. It's just not being overly arrogant and like you have it all figured out. So just find the balance of confidence and being humble, and just be yourself, and I feel like you'll land that job. There was some advice about be cautious with contracts. So if any of you are potentially being offered a job that requires you to, sign a contract, go through it. Let somebody else look at it as well. Make sure that it is what you want, and you don't end up signing your name to the dotted line and then after the fact realize you're stuck in a situation. So just be cautious. Those of you that don't have any interviews lined up, I kind of feel like it's going to be a slow week for you. I do feel like you'll see some signs of progress, meaning like maybe you're looking online and some things pop up and you see that there's jobs that you'd like to apply for. We'll apply for them. I just kind of feel like don't expect any immediate results next week. So just hang in there, stay positive. It's coming. Just keep doing what you're doing, and, eventually a job will come your way. Love, those of you that are in committed relationships and or dating, you can expect, I feel like some of you will realize things aren't where they need to be for your relationship to thrive. And I kind of feel like it will be you taking a look at yourself, taking a look within to figure out, I feel like there'll be some realization surrounding whether or not you've actually dealt with past relationship traumas and false beliefs that you've maybe had for yourself. So I feel like, some of you guys will realize that, and will realize that it's your own heart that's blocked, and, you'll start doing, I think you'll decide to start working on those things. You'll start working on yourself. And if you do that, I feel like your relationship will blossom again, because it will move to the next level, because you're opening your heart. So it will get better. Good luck to all of you. I feel really positive about it. Others will realize that you're in a relationship that is absolutely positively not good for you. Okay. So really, really think about what it is you want in your life, what you need in your life, what your relationship expectations are on some level. Obviously, I don't want you to limit yourself, but I definitely feel like some of you will finally have the courage to kind of think about moving on, because there's a few of you that are in some unhealthy relationships right now that kind of hurt my heart for you. So I want you to make sure that, you move past this fear of moving on, or that you can't find anybody else, or that you're not worthy, or, whatever story it is that you're telling yourself, I want you to just really allow yourself to try to move on and get yourself in a better situation. It's better to be alone than it is to be in a really crappy relationship, okay? A few of you will be dealing with some mild conflict. Again, nothing traumatic. I think normal relationship stuff. You're going to have to agree to disagree. I feel like a few of you are stuck in a habit of when you do get into a conflict, you're pushing and, just arguing, and pick and choose your battles. Be aware of when you're pushing and be aware of when you need to back off. Sometimes it's just not worth having the debate or the altercation or the argument. Give each other some space this week. I think that would be really healthy. And then revisit the conflict later on when you're, not emotionally charged. Because again, like, being emotionally reactive is just not a good thing at all. Now, those of you that are looking for love, you singles will be dealing with similar issues of realizing your heart's not fully open to allow yourself to attract a relationship to yourself, or that you constantly are attracting relationships that kind of mirror the things from past relationships. So again, I feel like, it's time for you to realize what you need to deal with, like what are the emotional blocks, so that you can work past these traumas and do the work, open your heart. And that's what some of you will be dealing with. Others, I feel like you guys are going to be in kind of a good space. And the words that kept coming to mind, and this is a family-friendly show, but the words that kept coming to mind were, you'll be mingling your asses off. So do it. Have fun. The more fun and confident you feel and are with yourself, the more attractive you'll be to other people. So go out there, mingle, have an awesome time, and just be open. Don't go out there being on the prowl, because then that's going to have the opposite effect. Just go enjoy yourself, be you, feel good about yourself, and you'll end up attracting exactly what you need into your life. Let's see here. Finances. Some of you are sticking around in unhappy jobs because you have an emotional bond to your work, but it's not serving you anymore, and it's not even serving you at a financial point either. So I kind of feel like maybe you'll have some aha moments at that point during the week, and figuring out that change isn't all bad, and you really want to just do something different. So again, it's kind of moving past some blockages. Some of you this week will realize that you don't know as much about finances as you think you do. So don't overextend yourselves financially and assume you'll take care of it in the future, because you're setting yourself up for failure. And some of you will actually be dealing with the fallout from past choices like that next week. So expect maybe a couple of things to come up that are a little hairy within the financial situation. And then for some of you, it's just going to be business as usual. Again, I feel overall nobody should be doing anything risky this week. The energies just don't quite feel like it's a good time to take big risks. Health, some of you, I feel like you will finally realize, like, you've been working way too hard, you've been overdoing it, like you've been overdoing everything, and you've been overdoing it for a while. And this week, I feel like you're going to feel flattened energetically. You're going to realize, okay, I'm freaking exhausted. Your nerves will be frayed. And I just feel like at that point, once you realize it, slow down. Seriously, just relax, take a deep breath, do something for yourself where you can literally unwind your chores, your jobs, your projects, all the things you think you have to do. You choose to do them. So choose to take a break and relax. It's healing. You're not going to be any good to anybody. Then there's those of you that I feel like you're starting a new workout routine, and I feel like you're going to dive in just too fast, too hard, and you're going to just be like, you know what, I'm going to work out, I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to run like 5 miles, and I'm going to do 100 sit-ups, and you're going to be so pumped and jazzed because of that physical energy. But I feel like if you do that, you're just going to set yourself up for failure, and you're going to burn out really quickly. So take it easy, baby steps, and that way you're not giving up before you even get started. And then I feel some of you will be experiencing self-esteem higher than normal, and will kind of realize you're actually liking yourselves, maybe even loving yourselves. And I think that's a big score for you. So just keep traveling that path. Spirituality, this week you'll need to be more proactive about loving yourselves. And I feel like some of you will realize exactly how much love you're receiving based on how much you love yourself. So I feel like the mirror effect of your reality will really be strong next week. So you'll definitely get to see, what people in your life are mirroring back to you and the way that they treat you. So again, it's directly related to how you're treating and loving yourself. Others, I feel like you've kind of neglected your spirituality side, and I feel like you're going to be exploring different esoterics and spiritual belief systems. I kind of feel like you'll find yourself researching and looking for answers, and that momentum gets started again. So I'm excited for you guys for that. So that wraps up the predictions for the week. I hope everyone has a great week ahead. Let's see if I can get any messages from crossed over loved ones for those of you who are actually subscribed to my YouTube channel. Again, if you'd like to receive messages, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can filter out spirits that come through. It just makes it a lot easier for me to handle who's coming through. So let's see who is here for tonight. Okay. So tonight this message is actually for my dad. My grandmother Mildred is here, and she said to me, it's me, Mildred, your damn grandma, your granny, you know who I am. So anyway, she's here. Dad, she's saying she's been watching you. She's been around. She said to mind your heart, mind your manners, so you must be acting up in some way. I'm going to have to call you on that. She's saying the reason why you've been getting all like photos of the past and a lot of memories and things are coming up from the past. She's saying, it's time for you to forgive and heal your heart. It's time for you to forgive Cubby. It's time for you to forgive a lot of things from your past. And ultimately, she's saying she's sending you a lot of love. She's always around. She's with Mom. She's watching over myself and Sabrina. And, she's proud of us. She's cussing a little bit, so I won't bring that into the equation. But overall, she's looking over you. I love you, and I'll give you any other messages later so I can move on really quickly. So before I take the caller, let's do a quick moment of Zen. I want to be able to share with you energetically to give you a boost to help raise your vibration. It's very important to help expand your consciousness so that you can become more self-aware. It's very, very important now for everybody to become self-aware. I can't stress that enough. So if you close your eyes, open your palms, be open to receive, take a little deep breath in and exhale, and I will send you some energy and ask your guides to do so as well. All right, you can open your eyes, and hopefully you'll have a nice little boost there. That energy is going to work on you all night, so I'm sorry if you have a sleepless night. Let's see here. Tonight's caller is Quinn from Alberta, Canada. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing well. So how can I help you tonight?
Oh, well, I was just kind of hoping for some, I guess, comfort and clarity in, my relationship situation right now, and just kind of, I feel stuck right now, and just kind of what I can do from there, or if I have any messages from any loved ones would be wonderful.
Sure. Okay, so I actually made a couple of notes earlier this evening to see what I could kind of feel was going on with you and what you might be dealing with in the moment. So I feel like right now, and we'll see if I can get any messages after I share with you some of the things happening with you right now. So I kind of feel that you are holding yourself back because of fear to move into the future, because you're afraid of getting hurt by a new situation. And I kind of feel like to me, it also feels like you may not know exactly what it is you're afraid of. It's just more of this feeling of the fear of the unknown. So, and I feel like there's also a part of you that may be thinking, speaking, and behaving more in a negative way due to the fear. I mean, I feel you're a loving person. Like, I feel amazing things from you, but I just feel like you might be stuck in this loop of beating yourself up, and you're kind of hard on yourself. And I feel like that's also being reflected to you in your relationship. And so these thoughts and feelings and connected to the fear, I feel, is keeping you stuck even more in the fear area. And I'm not sure what your employment situation is, or what you're doing for a financial, or what you're connected to passionately, but there was this feeling like maybe you actually hate your work, and like you feel like you can't change it, but again, you're afraid to look elsewhere, or you feel like you're trapped. But it really is just going to come down to you choosing to either quit and move on. Well, obviously don't quit before you find another job, but doing something else, or accepting the situation as it is. And now when it comes to, is any of this making sense to you before I get onto your relationship?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I've been looking for ways to make income. And I love being a stay-at-home mom and everything, but I kind of feel like I've been losing my identity a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just not. I want to bring something to the table other than just being a mom, and of course they come first and they're priority too, but I definitely feel down, and yeah, the self-esteem is very apparent right now.
Okay, so I feel, I really feel like, obviously I understand. I'm a mother too. I got to be honest. I could never do the stay-at-home mom thing. I would go absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
I consider myself maternal, but oh my God, no, you need some adult situation. You need balance. And to me, that's not balance. So if you being at home with the kids has run its course, that's okay. That's okay. I feel like you could potentially find something where maybe you're doing some part-time work from home, and maybe also going out and having a part-time job. So be open to something that isn't in the norm, right? Like, to me, I don't feel like you'll be in a 9-to-5 job. I feel like you do have some passions that you haven't quite connected with, that you could actually be doing something for yourself at home and creating kind of your own business as well. So be open to exploring, again, working part-time at home and getting a day job where you're working part-time so you can get some grown-up stimulation, make some friends. Yes. I feel like you've just been trapped in your house and you've got nothing going on. And I do feel like it is affecting your relationship. And I do feel like you need to seriously reevaluate your relationship. I I feel like you may be sticking around with someone that you've considered possibly not sticking around with anymore. And obviously we're on air, so I don't want to dish all of your dirt, but
Yeah.
I just feel like part of this relationship is unhealthy. And, I just feel like you need to really take a look and consider what you can do to either move on or, try to resolve the situation. Again, I don't want to, we're on air, but does that make sense to you, what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot to work on, that's for sure. So.
Yeah. You're such a good person. Huh?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I can feel it. Like you're just, my heart, like I just want to hug you right now, really hard.
Aw.
You've got good things coming. I think too, financially, I think, you get stuck in this loop of fear and concern about money, and then it creates more money problems. And right now with health too, I feel like you've really got to work on paying attention to what's going on in your head. You're really thinking a lot, and there's a lot of stuff happening. I have 60 seconds, so I know you wanted to try to connect with a crossed over loved one. Is there anybody specific that you can give me a name that I can try to connect with?
I'd love to connect with Faith.
I'm sorry, Faith?
Yes.
Does she have brown hair, and it's kind of like it feels shorter, but it feels like curly, like loop hair? I don't know. It just feels like there's curls, or she wore it up and it looked curly.
Yeah, light brown hair, short. It's more straight, but yep, sounds pretty close.
Okay, maybe it just looks wild to me. Her hair looks wild for some reason. Like it looks like it's just loopy. She passed away, I would say, fairly recently, it feels like to me.
Yeah, I was about, 6 years ago.
Was she a little, she was a little heavier set? Like, I feel like it was something that was going on, like, in her midsection, whether it's some sort of maybe cancer or, I don't know.